Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. Week 17 of the weekly challenge is upon us, and then we're on board the KTM Duke 790 in Kanto, South Course. So as already mentioned, you know which track we're on and you know what bike we're on, and it is now raining. So the very first time in a weekly challenge, we have the heavens opening and we have a wet and damp and sodden track. It is absolutely covered in water right now, and I tell you what, this variant of Kanto is my favourite version of this track, so I am very eager to give you some tips and tricks on how to improve right here in Kanto South Course. So first of all, starting off in turn 5, get hard on the brakes here, but not too aggressively, because of course being aggressive on the bike, it does nobody any favours. You'll only end up crashing yourself. So going into turn 6, brake nice and gently, trail brake into the corner, but please be careful, it is wet, so make sure you aren't braking 60, 70, 80%. You need to be gently bringing that down when you're trail braking, maybe 20, 30%. When you're trail braking on a usual dry surface, go for it. But when you are in wet conditions like this, on a naked bike such as the KTM 790, be gentle on the brakes. Now you're going to look out for a blue car here. Once you see that blue van, you can then bring on the brakes. You can brake fully locked when you are straight. When the bike is straight and the tyres are parallel, of course you can go for a nice strong braking zone, but for every other corner, be gentle on the brakes. The acceleration I found, even with electronics on 0, so TCS on 0, anti-wheelie on 0, didn't really make much of a difference. I could accelerate extremely quickly without any repercussions. But now going into the left-hander for turn 11, a little bit out of shape there and chucking in a bit of rear brake just to get the bike to move in a little bit more. This bike doesn't really turn as well as the other bikes I've used in recent times, so I'm chucked in a little bit of rear brake just to help me get in. So the reference lap is now done. I'm going to help you out now going into turn 1. Nice and tight on the apex there, holding roughly around 90 miles an hour. Make sure you don't go across the white line there because it will invalidate the lap. Brake here roughly about in the 50 meter zone. Pay attention to the bottom right hand corner of your screen. 50% trail braking, not too much, just a gentle amount. Same here for the left hand side. Braking abruptly for 100% and then gently bring it down quickly, roughly around 80 to 70%. Turn 4 for Shinrin 1, line the bike up, keep the tyres parallel, and then bring it in gradually for turn 5. You're going to be braking just on the precipice and then chucking it over. Now turning into turn 6, Barrianto 1, as mentioned earlier, be gentle on the trail braking in this corner. Trail braking does help you bring the bike in a little bit smoother and a little bit quicker. Just be very, very careful. You're sort of dicing with death if you want to brake there a little bit too much. Now for Barrianto 2, another very, very difficult corner, but follow the same strategy as you did for turn 6 and you'll be absolutely fine. Pay attention for that blue van. Once the blue van comes into appearance, there it is on screen. Look to bring the bike in gradually and then bring on the front brake, a lot of front brake just to bring yourself to a nice gentle glide. Now into City 2 for the right hander. Nice tight apex there, roughly holding about 50 miles an hour, and then projectile out, pushing forwards onto the right hand side of the analog sticks, and now you can line up for the next couple of corners. Little bit of a kink there, little bit of a kink here to the left hand side, and now look to brake as hard as you can just as you see the corner come into vision. Very difficult point that one because I can't really give you any reference point. There's so many sort of reference points on the track for me to use. It's more about feeling more than it is about actually saying brake at this particular point. So across the line we go. It's at 142.771. So moving on to lap 3, getting onto the right hand side as mentioned, roughly holding on about 90 miles per hour into that right hander of turn 1. We'll be braking again here roughly about the 50 meter zone for turn 2. Nice tight line if you want to, or I'm going to show you a different line here of going for sort of a wider line to then chuck it in, and you'll see the ghost here. We're going to get right onto the rear of him, of course DrAce previous lap, and then coming onto the right hand side for Shinrin 1. Just as I mentioned earlier, get the tyres parallel, brake there. I sort of downshifted a little bit too much times there, so make sure you don't do that. Bit of a mistake on my part. Brake here roughly about the 75 meter zone. You can see the braking zone on the right hand side of your screen, but I don't really use them. Now look for here, 50 meter zone, flick it to the right and gradually bring in. Pay attention to the bottom right hand corner of your screen there. Play this back if you have to. The tiniest bits of brake just to slow the motorcycle down. That's all this KTM 790 needs, is just a little bit of brake to stop the motorcycle from going right into the wall. Blue van is now in vision. Turn to the left, gradually bring in. Can't preach this any more than I do already. Be gentle with the analog stick. Move it gently. Don't throw it, don't be abrupt with it, and you'll be absolutely fine into the city sections. Pretty simple part now, keep the throttle pinned, gradually bring the motorcycle to the right ever so slightly, and then you're going to be doing the same here, just a little kink to the left hand side. Look out for some sort of markers on your right hand side. Brake very, very late, so if you have to, brake early if you're not quite confident. You'll still maintain a good amount of speed going into turn 12, and then finally, full acceleration. Towards the finish line, we are going to hit another gold lap time, and it's going to be a 1:42.684. So those are my lap times on screen right now. As you can see, there's still room for improvement. A 1:42.514 is the ideal lap time. For those 3 lap times, I am more than happy with. That is another gold and plenty of credits. So a quick look at the leaderboards for the time being, and as you can see, DrAce sits quite pretty at the top, about half a second quicker than the man in second place currently. Shout out to Yatesy in 8th place. There is an ace on the top 10 leaderboards. I do believe that has changed now, and we do have an additional ace on the leaderboard, and so shout out to you, Mad Max. But guys, upon that note, that is it from me. I hope this quick guide and tips tutorial has helped you out. If it has, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. And upon that note guys, thanks for watching and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.